Hi, my name's Michelle Husway, and I'm the director of Matt Shepard is a Friend of Mine, a feature-length documentary about my dear friend, Matthew Shepard, who was murdered in Laramie, Wyoming because he was gay. This film is very close to my heart, as it tells the story of Matt's life and death through the point of view of all of us who love and remember him. During our first Kickstarter campaign, we connected with kind-hearted, passionate people around the world who believe in our film's mission just as much as we do. We are extremely proud to announce that thanks to their generous support, the film is now finished. Here's an excerpt.
There was so much emotion just pouring out around the world. There was so much fear and there was so much outrage. And mixed in with that in the gay community, I think there was so much hope. As awful as this was, would this be the one that would make policymakers care? Would this be the one that would reach homophobes around the country and wake them up? I think everyone out there hoped that maybe this was going to be it. This is the moment when we show people rhetoric and bias against gay people has an impact we don't want, and an impact we have the power to stop.
Something about Matthew Shepard, I just somehow feel like, I don't know, that like I would have loved him. Does anybody else feel that way?
I am so pissed off. I can't stop crying.
In our shock and grief, one thing must remain clear. Hate and prejudice are not American values.
The unofficial motto of Wyoming might be live and let live, a state where people keep to themselves. This has never been a battleground for civil rights. So it's surprising that Matthew Shepard's death has touched so many.
This wasn't unusual. Matt wasn't the only one killed. He was one of 33 that year, but he couldn't be ignored. He could have been anybody's son. Even the conservative, privileged, suburban and wealthy people in this country couldn't look at him and say, well, he couldn't be my kid, because he could have been, and they couldn't deny it anymore.
This October will mark the 15th anniversary since Matt's death. And though we've come a long way in the last 15 years, ignorance and hate are unfortunately still very much a part of today's society. We strongly believe that our film will change hearts and minds and show all the Matt Shepards out there that they're not alone and that there are people everywhere who support them. With your help, Matt Shepard is a Friend of Mine will have a long and fruitful public life. Matt was one of the most special people I've ever known, and though we lost him 15 years ago, he's still with us today, in the hearts of his family, his friends, and in the good work so many people do in his name. And that's what this film is all about, sharing Matt with everyone, everywhere. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn about our project.